Hello, everybody. Everybody, hello. How are you today? I hope that you're feeling good today. I'm super excited to have you join in with me. Welcome, 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 welcome to a live I Choose Me conversation. We are live on Facebook and we are live on Instagram. And I am Letitia Brown. I am your author, an inspirational speaker, and I'm your coach. And I'm here to help you transform your thinking toward choosing you first. Why? So that you can effectively serve others. And listen, I don't want you to gloss over that. I don't want you to gloss over me saying that I'm here to help you change your thinking toward choosing yourself first. Why? Because choosing you needs to be a part of your DNA. It needs to be something that you think about every time you wake up in the morning. Got it? Right? And so forget all of the other stuff that kind of vies for your attention. Choosing you is vitally important, and we're going to talk about it here on this platform. And I want to thank you all for subscribing to my different social media platforms. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, even TikTok. So thank you guys so much for joining me there. And today we're talking about why I choose me and how it is a life or death kind of situation. I hope this message today will touch you in a special way and that you will be encouraged for the week, and you are in the process of solidifying your dreams, so you need that encouragement, right? You're making your mark in the world, right? And you need to make sure that you're choosing yourself. And I am here to help you to overcome any challenges that you may have. And I'm here to help you to do that with a lot of courage, because, we need a lot of courage in order to overcome the challenges of the world today. And I pray that you're having a fantastic day. And I hope that you're staying safe. It's raining here in Houston. We need that rain. We need lots of rain. We haven't had much rain, but I'm so excited that we got that. And I pray that you are at peace and you are experiencing love and joy, and that you're walking in God's unmerited favor. And more importantly, I hope that you are choosing you. And I just want to, before we get into it, just thank you so much for supporting what we do here by picking up your copy of my book, Get Up You Big Fat Procrastinator, at LetitiaBrown.com. And then also my book, No Trace: My Story, My Secrets, My Pain, and My Victory. And then, of course, getting the I Choose Me message. As I mentioned, we are working with some new products. And here's the thing about the I Choose Me message. I love being able to walk through the mall and walk different places wearing the product. And I love when people say, I like what you're wearing. I like that I Choose Me message. And it's just one of those things that not only is it nice for men and women, they're products for men and women, but also it reminds me that it's important that I choose myself. And then when it's an opportunity for me to communicate with other people about it, this is one of those conversational starters. So pick up your merchandise, and it'll bless us so at LetitiaBrown.com. Now, this is what I need you to do. I need you to raise your hand if your life is filled with helping everyone else with everything that they're doing before you even think about making sure that you are healthy in the most critical parts of your life, or the critical areas of your life. Raise your hand, right? This whole segment about I Choose Me message is really important, because what we find out is that we're so busy with helping everybody else. We're so busy at helping people on the job, our families, wherever, that we don't take care of the most healthy parts and the healthy areas of our lives first. And so the I Choose Me message in itself, we said every week, it's about creating a lifestyle of balance for yourself by choosing to be emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially, and I like to add vocationally, healthy first, so that you can be of service to others. Remember that you matter, and it's okay for you to choose you first, right? And it's important that you take care of yourself before you take care of everybody else. And in this particular segment, I know a lot of you guys have been along with me on the journey, and I appreciate you for it. But I want to remind those people who question themselves about, how do I choose me first? How do I go about making this message work for me? And listen, a lot of us listen to a lot of how to's, whether we're reading them in books or we're listening to different videos and whatnot. And sometimes you take those how to's and you make them applicable to your life. But I want you to understand that choosing yourself, that it's important that the tools that we give you, that you make them applicable to you. And here's the thing about I Choose Me and choosing yourself. You have to have a keen awareness about who you are and what position you're on, that position that you're in. And then you also have to have a keen awareness of the fact that I want to choose myself, because life happens, right? And you're not aware that life is happening to you, and life takes you on these mini roller coasters, and you don't take the time to be focused on taking care of yourself first, right? And tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. This doesn't happen for everybody, but some of us does, that we jump out of the bed and we start our routine. And our routine normally doesn't start with us taking care of ourselves first, right? It doesn't include taking care of us. And for those of you who have your computer that's in your bedroom, for instance, some of your routine may include getting out of bed after you've hit the snooze button 35 times and rolling over and barely brushing your teeth or washing your face or combing your hair, and you just jump right on the computer because you have to clock in, right? And or you're in a situation, maybe you have family, you have children, and school has started, and you take care of all of their needs first. And then you look up, the day is, all of the day's activities have caught you off guard, and you feel empty at the end of the day because you haven't taken care of yourself first in those very important areas of your life. So, I want to, talk to you about that a little bit more. Now, again, I wrote this book, No Trace, My Story, My Secret, My Pain, and My Victory, and I'm updating it and doing a newer version. It's not a whole bunch of different information, but I just wanted to give it a new look. And as I was going through it, I was reminded that the book is filled with a lot of life experiences, right? And life experiences that I went through, but thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people have gone through the same type of experiences. Maybe not the exact one, but the same type of experiences, right? And that in the book, it details, like it's, a very detailed examples of what we go through in life, whether it's dealing with shacking up with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, right? You're not married, you're deciding to shack up. Whether it's dealing with cancer, whether it's dealing with unforgiveness. There's a whole bunch of different stories that are in there, but throughout the story, at the end, there's no trace of all of the experiences that I went through, right? So when you look at me now, you're going, wait a minute, you went through that? You experienced that challenge? And I was listening to this gentleman the other day, and he was talking about the difference between planting and burying something, right? So when you're planting and you're burying, it is the same process. Each one gonna have to get up under that dirt. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So the principle of life and death are applicable to the whole I choose me message, right? And so when I think about the challenges that I'm going through, or maybe you think about the challenges that you're going through, you will realize that you can go through those challenges by choosing yourself, and you can go through them because of the experiences that you went through. Now, there are times where you go through challenges and, you have to say to yourself, I can go through this because, listen, I've gone through some serious stuff in my life, and maybe this is a seeding opportunity, right? And then on the flip side, maybe it needs to be buried. Maybe this challenge is something that's saying that, we need to bury that thing. So the principle of life and death and the planting and burying is very important. For instance, I can remember I can remember looking under the cushions in our couch looking for some coins so that I can buy a Coca-Cola. Now I'm married and loving on my husband, but there was a time in our life where I was looking under the cushions to be able to find some coins so that I could wash my clothes. I can remember when the doctor told me and my husband that we wouldn't be able to have any children. I can remember that I lost a job and I was feeling helpless and hopeless and down on myself and, very uncomfortable about who I am, right? Because they told me that I wasn't good enough. But look at me now. I don't have to struggle about washing clothes right now. I have the means to be able to wash clothes. As a matter of fact, I have a washer and dryer, right? So when challenges come to me, I remember. And that's what I want to say to you. You got to remember that as you're going through challenges and you're taking care of yourself, you can go through those challenges, right? And I had the faith and the courage to pray my babies into existence. So this challenge is not going to bother me as much because something as detrimental as me not being able to have babies, I experienced that. And then I had the faith to go through it, right? And then even when I lost that job, God, who I serve, he opened up the door that I didn't even know existed, right? And so when challenges come, I have to ask myself again the question, am I planting, is this a seed that needs to be planting? And what am I supposed to learn from it? Or is it something that needs to be buried, right? Burying things are very important too, because maybe they don't line up with what you have going on with your next part of, your journey. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I want to encourage you that as you are practicing choosing you first, that you remember your experiences that you have gone through and how they have helped catapult you to the other side of that situation, right? Choosing you is like choosing life or death. Encouraged to choose life first. Wouldn't you guys agree? Let's see. Hold on. One of my things went offline, and I hope that we're good, guys. All right, all right, all right. Right? I'm choosing me and I'm choosing life. No matter what's happening with the internet sometimes. But when you choose yourself, y'all listen to this very carefully. Listen to this very carefully. When you choose yourself, you release a power that is undeniable, and there is a course that is mapped just for you. And it's mapped for you and your family. Making yourself a priority and choosing you first is the only way that you can release that power. So again, when you choose you, that there is a fantastic power that is released in your life, right? What kind of power, Letitia? What you talking about? The power to prosper. Prospering in every area of your life when you're choosing you first, when you're choosing to live life, when you're choosing to put yourself in the forefront so that you can serve others, prospering financially, prospering in your relationships, prospering in your jobs, prospering in your business, right? What other kind of power? A power to be happy. Wouldn't you guys agree that you're more happy when you're taking care of yourself first? Why do we need to take care of ourselves? So that we can take care of others effectively, right? The power to be authentic. When you choose you first, the authenticity that is needed in order for others to love on you, in order for you to be all of what you were created to be, is also released. It's a magnetic power, right? The power to create. When you are choosing you, you're able to create great things. You're able to go outside of the box of where people try to put you in, right? When you choose you, you have the power to enjoy life to the fullest, because that's super important that we are enjoying the life that we're living in, right? You have the power to love when you choose yourself, right? It is undeniable. You can love people because you've chosen to take care of yourself first, and you can love other people that are maybe not as lovable, right? You could, as you're choosing to choose yourself, people can love you as well, and then you have the power to exercise faith and patience, which is what we all needed. And I'm super excited about this, and I hope that you guys are excited as well. The other day, I was preparing for a coaching session with someone, and I ran across this portion of my book that has to do with forgiveness. And I asked this person, I said that I need you to read this section, and I'm having okay, so my connections are going in and out. I don't know if it's the weather, but guess what? We got a new generator, so hey, we're excited about that. But I asked that person to read the section about forgiveness out loud. And it was my very first time hearing somebody reading a portion of my book out loud. And I asked her, well, actually, I didn't even have to ask, the person how they were feeling about it, right? But after they finished reading it, they were like, you wrote this? I'm like, yeah. And they said, I don't know how you touched every fiber of my being with these words. I felt everything that was written about forgiveness. You took all of the things that were going on in the inside of me and you wrote them just for me here. And I appreciate you so much. And guys, something broke on the inside of me. And sometimes even I get discouraged, right? But when that person communicated that to me, I remember that I can't stop with this message. I can't stop speaking about it. I'm very excited about the idea of changing one soul, one life, one heartbeat at a time, one conversation at a time. This I Choose Me message is vitally important, and I really want you to get it. Why? Because hearts can be mended. When you take the opportunity to choose you, your heart can be mended from some detrimental things that have happened to you in the past. When you choose you, your mind can change, right? It's no longer about taking care of everybody else all the time first, but it's about taking care of me because I love me. I love life. I love everything about what I'm doing when I'm choosing myself. The earth can correct itself. We see a lot of goofiness that's going on in the earth, right? But if we can tap in and tune in to the trueness of who we were created to be, some amazing things can come forth. And I'm not talking about having dominion over other people, because that's not what it's all about. It's about peace and harmony. When you change your mind, the people around you change their mind as well, right? And let me repeat that because I see my internet going in and out, but the connection going in and out. When you choose to change your thinking regarding choosing yourself, it affects everybody around you, family members and all, right? You begin to have a harmonious life. Have you guys ever lived in a house where, and you're probably living in it right now, where there is so much chaos, people run in and out, there's so much noise, there's so much friction, there's discomfort in the house? In my home, it's a pretty quiet home. It's pretty serene. The most noise that we'll probably hear is Mr. Brown playing the football stuff on the TV in there. But it's a pretty calm place to be. And we love it like that. We love that our children don't bring people in and out of the house. It's a place of comfort. And that's important to us. Why? Because I'm choosing peace. I'm choosing the comfort of my mind. I'm choosing to live a life of harmony and love and not disruption and chaos. Do y'all get what I'm saying? And so that happens throughout the entire house. And when you take the time to choose you, and you choose peace, and you choose harmony, and you stay away from chaos, then your whole house becomes harmonized with you. Do you guys get what I'm saying? And then I'm also reminded that choosing yourself allows you the opportunity to dial back anger, dial back manipulation, dial back selfishness, and the fear of being your authentic self. Y'all get it? And I was thinking about how important it is for us to release control over situations. So we go through the process of choosing ourselves and choosing to be authentic and choosing um, to take care of ourselves first so that we can serve other people. And sometimes you can trick yourself into thinking that, hey, I'm choosing me and I'm choosing to be authentic and I'm doing it so that I can serve others. But then we jump into the place of wanting to control situations. I have a loved one that we talk on the phone every once in a while, and I've called this person like 5 times, like, what's up? And I'm wondering, like, why haven't they picked up the telephone to respond to me? I know that they're alive. I know that there's, that things are okay. And I started freaking out about it. And then I was reminded, wait a minute. Choosing myself is not just about me being okay, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, vocationally, and whatnot, but it's also about releasing control. And that's what some of us have to do. Sometimes we have to step back and say, they're okay. Let them figure out what it is that they're going through, and they're going to be okay. And I'm going to release control. And when they're ready to come back to me and talk to me, that's, we're good to go. Right? I like this quote that's in my book, No Trace. It's on page 72. Because as we are going through and we are experiencing life and we are protecting our energy and that we are staying in alignment, these are things that we've all talked about. It's also important for you to value and to appreciate life. And I have it quoted as, people who don't value a thing will misuse it. Don't be the person that does not appreciate life. Oh, I like that so much. It's so important for you to appreciate and value life. And if you don't, you'll misuse it, right? And I was having a conversation with my husband earlier, and he's like, man, you've been talking about this message for a long time. I've been attempting to live it for a long time and talking about the importance of it. Why? Because I've gone through it. Right? I've gone through not taking care of myself. I've gone through taking care of everybody else first. I spent years doing it. And I put myself to the side. And then I'm sure that you guys can relate to what I'm talking about. You look up, especially those of us who have lived some years, you look up one day and you go, where am I? Who am I? What about me? What have I done for me? Am I whole? Have I taken care of me? I've taken care of my children. I've taken care of the people at work. I've taken care of my spouse. I've taken care of my friends. But what about me? Have I taken care of me? Have I valued life and me within this life enough to take care of me? And so I say to you, beloved, it is okay for you to take care of you. Because listen, at the end of the day, if you're in a space and you're completely empty, like you've given, and you're empty at the end, it's because you haven't put anything on the inside of you to make sure that you're healthy, to make sure that you're okay, right? And let me tell you, there's a lot of people out there that will take and take and take, even if they're your family members. I'm not trying to hurt anybody or start up any mess, but it's true. Even your family members will take from you even unto death. I was reminded of this lady in her testimony, right? This is a woman who died by suicide. And her family members found her letter. She wrote a letter to her family members. And in that letter, I can't quote it, but in essence, it was basically said, I hope you guys are happy. And the letter was to her children, to her family members. And she was saying, you guys have taken from me, and you continue to take from me. Whatever I've given you was never enough. You don't know the pain that I was going through while you were taken from me. And I've given you everything that I have. And now I have nothing else to give. So I am choosing to tap out. Man, guys, that is life changing. That is major. And this is why it's so very important for me to share with you that it is vitally important for you to take care of yourself, right? Because in the end, those people that are taking from you, taking from you, taking from you, and you're not building yourself up and taking care of yourself first, I'm sure all they did was split the house. You know, they sold the house and split the difference in it, and they took the money out of the account. It is important for you to choose you. There's power that is released when you choose yourself. And when my mother passed, God rest her beautiful, beautiful soul, I had an opportunity to read her journals. And in her journals, she talked about all of these things that she wanted to do. She wanted to write children's books, and she wanted to teach etiquette classes. And in the end, I had to question, was she choosing her? Because if she was really choosing herself, and now she had these chains, these shackles that were holding her back, and she couldn't understand what was holding her back. But the truth is that when you're choosing you, and you're choosing yourself vocationally, spiritually, financially, and all of those different, in all of those major areas, would she have fulfilled all of what she was created to fulfill when she was here? Did she have the strength and the belief and the confidence in herself to choose in every area of her life, to choose herself? Listen, your number of days here, they're not promised to you. Anything can happen at any time, and I wish you long, 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 long and healthy life, right? But I want you to take advantage of your now. Have y'all noticed that there's a whole bunch of urgent care and emergency care centers that are popping up all over the neighborhood? And they're doing it to let you guys know that, if there's anything that you're dealing with, we're here to help you. And that's what this I Choose Me message is all about, right? It is about, I hope that we are still live on Instagram. You guys let me know if you're still there. Let me know if you're still there on Instagram. It looks like we keep going in and out. But anyway, I was talking about the urgent care centers that are popping up all over the place, right? And they're there to let you know that if you need something done, we're here to help you. And that's what this I Choose Me message is to you. It is an urgent call for you to take care of yourself. Got it? I believe that as we all come together with this I Choose Me message, that it'll heal the land. You can be the best version of yourself, right? And that you get into a position that you're not afraid to be all of what you have been called to be. And I have this urgent conversation that I want to have real quick. Y'all listen. This is to all the men out there. Men were, it's ingrained in you to take care of your families and not take care of yourself. It's super hard for men to choose themselves. I was having a conversation with my husband, and it's like they don't take care of themselves 100% of the time. They're always thinking about their family, and they never think about themselves. Men, I want you to pause a second. I want you to ask yourself a question. What do you need to do in order to take care of yourself first? Got it? Especially when it comes to your mental and emotional and physical health. It's okay for you to choose you, because when you choose you, you can effectively serve your family. I don't want you to come to the end where you are, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old and you go, well, what about me? You matter too. your mental health matters too. It's important for you to choose you, because when you choose yourself, you can help your family and you can have them be more effectively. A lot of them end up losing their mind and losing their head and hurting the people that they love, because the truth is that they're not thinking about making sure that they're healthy in that area. So I want to encourage you, man. I want to encourage you, woman. I want to encourage you, boy and girl. Take care of yourself. Okay? Uh, and you may be asking the question, like, how am I supposed to do this? uh, Here's the thing. We do this workshop, and in the workshop, it's so powerful and it's life changing. And it's something real special when we all can get together and we can create. So, what I want you to do is take out a pen and a paper, and on that paper, you're going to write at the top, you turn it with Wise or what have you, landscape, and write on there emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, and vocationally, right? And under those areas, I want you to write three things that are important to you in those areas, right? So, for instance, if physically is one of them, you want to write something like, I get 8 hours of sleep or 7 hours of sleep a night. I exercise daily. I do breathing exercises. If it's mentally, I want to make sure that I'm mindful, that I'm in a mindful state when I'm dealing with whatever, right? I'm breathing. I am taking care of myself mentally. If it's financially, it's saving money, maybe budgeting, whatever it is, it's yours. You can do whatever you want to in those areas. Again, you can do whatever you want to in those areas. It belongs to you. But these are major areas of your life that when you choose to be healthy in those areas and you begin to have a balanced lifestyle, you'll see that your life will be catapulted to the next level. And again, as I reminded you, that it takes discipline, it takes awareness, it takes a keen amount of awareness, and it's something that you do every day. And then the second thing I want you to do with that information is that you look at it every day and you remind yourself, okay, good, I'm going to make sure that I'm mentally healthy. I'm going to maybe read something that encourages me. I'm going to read some awesome quotes. I'm going to make sure that I get out of the bed and I breathe and do 10 push ups, whatever it is that you do. Make sure that you are filling out that area and you're working toward it every day. And you'll see that as you're going forth, that your life will be able to shift toward things that you want to accomplish. You're healthy in those areas and you're getting better day by day. And then the second thing I want to encourage you to do, again, is something that we do in our Overcoming Procrastination for Success workshop. Overcoming Procrastination for Success workshops is that we help people to write their own affirmations. And so I want you to write a short affirmation for yourself, and then you speak life into yourself because you have the capacity to do that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So do your writings at the top where you're saying, I choose me, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, vocationally, and whatever other ali that you want to put there. Got it? And then you write your three things under it. And you'll see that it's important that as you're creating, that life and death are in the power of your tongue. You'll begin to speak life into yourself. You'll be able to bury those things that need to be buried, right? And you'll be able to live life to the absolute fullest, and the people around you will be able to experience it as well. Today we had this. I had this conversation with my daughter as we were riding, and I said, "Hey, could you write these notes for me?" And she's, working with me, and we're working together. And it's like, this is the topic, and here's the checklist of different things. And she started to feel, like a little bit of stress about it, and was, having a conversation with me about it. And what I loved about it is that we are in the space of taking care of ourselves, that I can realize what's going on with her. She's able to communicate with me, and we're able to come together and say, okay, I appreciate you sharing that information with me, but listen, all we're doing is typing the checklist. You don't have to look to the future. You don't have to look to the past. You're mindful enough and just stand right here because that's all that's happening. Got it? You don't have to get overwhelmed with all of it. And that's what I Choose Me is about. Life or death, not just for yourself, but it's also for your family. Your family is getting an opportunity to experience it as well. And let me make something abundantly clear. There's nothing wrong with loving on your family and friends. You have to include your family in your decisions and your day to day activities, right? And it's not about shunning your responsibilities and the people that you love, right? It's about remembering you while you're in the process. It's about taking care of yourself so that you can take care of your loved ones as well. Well, I really hope that I said something that was helpful to you and that will help you along the way. We're going to stay with this I Choose Me message, and I will continue to help you along the journey. Please visit my website at LaTishaBrown.com, LaTisha Brown.com. I'll put the link in the description part so that you can click it, get on there, buy the merchandise. I'm super excited about hearing your testimony. Please feel free to share what you've learned and what you're learning. I love that I had this conversation or with another person the other day, and they're like, "This is a woman who is changing my life." And I appreciate hearing those kinds of things. I appreciate hearing that the message is hitting home. So God bless you all real good. Get a copy of Get Up You Big Fat Procrastinator. Get Up You Big Fat Procrastinator. Get Up You Big Fat Procrastinator. Get a copy of it. Get a copy of my book, No Trace. Get the I Choose Me merchandise. It helps us to keep the message going as well. God bless you real good. And I hope that you guys share this message with other people. And I pray that you have a absolutely fantastic week next week. Take care now. Bye-bye.